If you play a lot of mobile games back in the day, then you might be familiar with this game called Pixel Gun 3D. Now, for those that don't know, Pixel Gun 3D is a multiplayer shooter game that is basically, well, Minecraft and Call of Duty combined. Yeah, that is all I can describe about this game. Since its release in 2013, the game has managed to gain, I would say, a decently huge fan base in terms of popularity. Yes, obviously not to the same level as games like Angry Birds, Plants vs Zombies, and Clash of Clans, but it is still quite popular back in like 2016 or 2017. In fact, it was so popular to the point where many big YouTubers actually start playing it at that time, and some even managed to stay playing it for a few years. And yes, I'm not joking, even I Show Speed played this game once.
Too easy! But this game easy as hell, bro.
Less than 3 donated $1.99 to the super chat.
But after 2018, the game starts to lose its popularity. And it's not like people just simply move on from playing it, it's just that people just don't like where this game is going, and they hated it. Even the YouTubers that have made content surrounding this game for years either move on to a completely different game, or they just quit entirely. So today, I'll be talking about the current state of Pixel Gun 3D, and why I stopped playing it. But before I talk about it, we need to talk about how it became popular to begin with. You see, Pixel Gun 3D came out in a time period where mobile games are absolutely thriving, due to many kids in that era start having phones and tablets. Not to mention, around that same time, Minecraft is also getting extremely popular in terms of popularity, and obviously kids love it. So Pixel Gun being a Minecraft style game is an extra bonus for it to get young kids to play it. And throughout the years, Pixel Gun became more highly optimized and more fun to play, which eventually became the talk of the town back in 2016 when it comes to mobile games. And it was also the time where I first started playing it. And for years, I was basically grinding to become a skilled player until I stopped playing it in 2023. Purely because I just got bored of it, plus I don't like where the game is going. And I'm sure many of you guys who once are Pixel Gun players felt that way. So now, let's talk about what led to the downfall of Pixel Gun 3D. Since 2018, players noticed that the game started to feel more pay to win, as well as the terrible matchmaking, but many people still play it despite the issues they had. But that was until the 2020s where even the veterans started to lose interest in it. And one of the most common reasons I saw is repetitive updates. Back then, when it comes to Pixel Gun updates, most of the time they would introduce something unique and different, and it's something that can actually benefit the game and its players. But after the 2020s, whenever we get a new update from this game, it's always the same stuff like new weapons, new event, and that's pretty much it. Nothing major in general. Wow, this is boring. And speaking of new weapons, pretty much every time they introduce new weapons, there's always one or two of them are like insanely OP, and has gotten to a point where there's just way too many of these weapons. Back then, when it comes to good weapons to use, many people often talk about weapons like the Exterminator, Pet Dragon, Prototype, etc. But now, because there's way too many of these insanely OP weapons in the game, it makes players difficult to pick which weapon they would use for the long term. And obviously, yeah, there are some exceptions. Like for me, I still use weapons like the Heroic Epi, Conductor Souls, and Christmas Ultimatum, despite all of the OP stuff the game keeps giving us. And next is hackers. Now, I know hackers have been a big problem in the gaming space, but Pixel Gun just somehow has the worst hacker problem ever, especially in recent times. Obviously, the game has recently cracked down on hackers for a while, but every time these hackers come back, it makes things even worse. So in around like 2024 or 2025, that is where the hacker situation gets pretty out of hand. Basically, when a hacker enters the match, they will just instantly kill everyone in the entire map, and sometimes they would even crash the entire match, which you can see here in this footage I found. This situation has gone so bad to the point where the game is pretty much unplayable whenever you have these hackers doing this in matches. And obviously many players are very mad about this and tell developers to solve this, but somehow they decide to ignore it? And the only time they actually do something is when these hackers start dropping huge tons of currencies like coins and gems in matches for normal players to get, because the hackers doing it may affect their game run of view. Bro, you can't be that serious, dude. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Next up, mobile and PC crossplay. Since Pixelgun is losing their player base, the developers have to think of an idea, one that can not only bring back the popularity they once had, but can also set new records for the game. And that is where Pixelgun 3D PC Edition was introduced. The reason why they did this is because when it comes to gaming, most people will play their games via Steam, aka on PC. And not to mention, many content creators, especially the big ones, also play their games on PC. And another thing to add here is that we now live in an era where people are desperate to find games that are cheap and are just made for the fun. And Pixelgun just so happens to be a perfect candidate for that. So you think that the PC launch will help grab the attention of these gamers and therefore revive the game's popularity, right? Well, no. In fact, it did the complete opposite. Since the release of the PC edition and the introduction of PC players in this game, mobile players have been absolutely wrecked by the PC players due to the sheer skill difference between these two types of players, and I myself is a victim of it. It is just insufferable, man. Literally every time when I join a match and I come across a PC player, I knew I was like, yeah, I think I'm cooked. And because of how insanely skilled these players are, plus the cast spammers in the game, whether on mobile or PC, I just got absolutely blasted in like 5 seconds into the match, and I just struggled to get some kills since then, which therefore made me harder to complete challenges and get many rewards for winning. And that is when I'm like, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to play with you anymore. And since then, I just pretty much move on from the game and start focusing on other stuff such as drawing, for example. Though I am aware they're gonna release another game under the same title called Pixelgun 2, which I might play someday when it actually releases. Maybe I'll make a dedicated video of me playing it, I don't know. So yeah, that is my rant on Pixelgun 3D. And the reason why I want to make this video is because I myself is a Pixelgun veteran, and it also makes me sad and frustrated seeing a game I once loved became a huge mess due to the greediness and desperation from developers. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!